Prince William isn't playing the waiting game anymore. He's hit his breaking point. For years, the royal family mastered the art of quiet diplomacy, polished smiles, carefully chosen silences, especially when dealing with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But now, that quiet may be turning into something far more powerful. Sources within palace walls say William isn't just frustrated with the couple's non-stop drama. He's moving to wipe them from the royal narrative completely. When asked if Meghan using Diana's birthday to push her products sparked outrage, the answer was simple. That's just Meghan. He doesn't think highly of her. Starting with that title, let's rewind. Meghan Markle, once the Duchess of Sussex, has clung to that title in every business venture since stepping away from royal life, be it shows, deals, or interviews. Her royal badge has been front and center, even though she left that world behind. And William, he's done watching. He's not just upset, he's hurt, deeply. He's tired of Harry and Meghan using royal ties while abandoning everything royal stands for. Insiders say William's quietly adjusting course, preparing for the moment the crown rests on his head. Because when it does, Meghan may lose the last symbol of royalty she's holding on to. And here's where it sharpens. This isn't just personal. William is reportedly holding private meetings, real talks, real plans, with top advisors about removing both Harry and Meghan's Sussex titles for good. Given the current frost between the brothers, makes perfect sense. William might take that final step, cutting off their right to the Duke and Duchess identity. And this isn't some light dinner table discussion. These are closed-door sessions, the kind that only happen when real action is imminent. And make no mistake, this is something King Charles never had the nerve to do. Despite the pain from Harry's bombshell memoir and public jabs at the family, Charles always stopped short. Sources say he fears backlash, afraid it'll paint him as cruel, especially while he battles cancer and wrestles with the heavy crown. He likely doesn't have the stamina for another royal firestorm, but William, entirely different. He's younger, sharper, and flat out done with what he sees as betrayal. This isn't revenge, it's preservation. He believes Harry and Meghan turned their titles into cash machines, slammed the family, and kept the spotlight, all while giving nothing in return. William sees this as a crossroads. Letting them keep the brand means weakening the legacy they abandon and the public. They're more on his side than Charles might think. Many in the UK support stripping the titles. Polls show Meghan and Harry are near rock bottom in royal popularity, only Prince Andrew falls lower, which says everything. When people say they've burned bridges, it's not just talk. To the firm, and especially William, the couple's run is over. And Meghan, she's not letting go without a fight. She still signs everything Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, from product launches to streaming deals. She once even corrected a host mid-interview, demanding to be called Meghan Sussex, not Meghan Markle. That one moment reportedly caused a stir behind palace walls. Now picture William, seated at the top of the monarchy, with every legal step behind him. The decision made, the documents ready. He won't blink. Not just because he believes it's right, but because, in his mind, the decision's already made. The machine is already in motion. Quietly, deliberately. By the time the crown lands on his head, all William will have to do is press the acute button and Meghan's title could vanish instantly. Turns out, William's long game is more methodical than anyone outside the palace ever imagined. Insiders say he's been quietly crafting a plan behind closed doors, making sure every single move is legally airtight. This isn't a knee-jerk reaction to Meghan's documentaries or Harry's memoir. It's a constitutional mission, measured, intentional. And it's not just William on his own. It's got serious support. Senior aides and royal insiders backing him fully, convinced this is the only way to protect the monarchy's brand. One unexpected detail. Parliament will need to weigh in to make it official. Titles like Duke and Duchess aren't something you just snatch away overnight. It requires an act of Parliament, which sounds daunting until you hear what's already underway. Multiple closed-door meetings have happened. Legal advisors have drawn up the roadmap. The wording of the proposal is already being whispered about. So when William becomes king, everything will be ready. It's one move and it's done. But why now? What's pushing this urgency? It's Meghan's latest business moves. Her new brand, American Riviera, orchard by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, is ringing alarm bells in royal circles. Not just because she's building a company, but because of how boldly she's attaching the royal identity to sell it. From packaging to promotions, she's leaning into Duchess, like it's her personal trademark. And that, insiders say, feels like a slap. A deliberate exploitation of a title meant to symbolize service, not branding. What really lit the fuse? A moment with actress Mindy Kaling. During their chat, Meghan made a point to correct her, asking not to be called Meghan Markle, but Meghan Sussex. Small, maybe to the public. But behind palace doors, it was seen as a defiant move. Not just a name preference, but a branding message, a flag planted. And to the royals, it was the line being crossed. From the beginning, Harry and Meghan were told they could leave, start fresh, pursue their passions, but the one ask, leave the royal titles behind. That was the deal. Instead came memoirs, streaming deals to lulls, and public hits against the crown, all while the Sussex brand stayed attached. In the palace's view, that's not just disrespectful, it's betrayal. And there's another layer, precedent. Letting the Sussexes keep their titles while publicly criticizing the monarchy sends a risky message. It tells future royals, you can walk away, burn bridges, profit off the name, and still enjoy the benefits. William, deeply protective of legacy and structure, refuses to let that lesson stand. Insiders say he's made it clear, when he's king, loyalty won't be negotiable. You turn your back on the system, you lose access to it. That's the code he's living by. And it's that principle, not vengeance, that's fueling this operation. These boundaries, he believes, should have been drawn long ago, and now they finally are. Quietly, the pieces are falling into place. Legal frameworks, private meetings, the silence of key players, it's all part of a carefully laid strategy. Meghan might not realize it yet, but the chessboard is set. The final move is already chosen. And while King Charles has held back for years, hesitant, even hurt William's not hesitating. He's playing a different game entirely. His bond with Harry, it's complicated, doesn't even begin to cover it. Years of public drama, that bombshell memoir, and emotional scars that only the family truly understands, they've all taken their toll. But Charles's decision not to strip Harry and Meghan of their titles hasn't been about grace or forgiveness. It's been about image, legacy, and protecting what's left of stability. Some say he's weak, but in truth, he's cautious. The thought of making a bold move while fighting cancer, balancing royal duties, and trying to hold the monarchy together. It's not the battle he wants to fight, especially not when it could set off another media wildfire. That's not fear. That's strategy. But time doesn't wait. William understands this isn't just a shift in roles, it's a shift in generations. Charles leads with the weight of the past. William is preparing to lead with the focus of the future. For him, the line between family feelings and royal responsibility is sharp. He may love Harry, he might even wish for peace, but he won't let that get in the way of what he believes the crown demands. And that means removing the last traces of royal status from Meghan and Harry. Behind closed doors, there's chatter that even Queen Camilla has voiced her own thoughts quietly, pushing Charles to cut the Sussexes from his will, a clear message that actions have consequences. That message may have already started. The royal website now gives Harry and Meghan only a slim paragraph. No bells, no updates, just a discreet demotion. Inside the palace walls, staff reportedly whisper the gruesome twosome, a cruel but telling nickname that speaks volumes. about how they're viewed behind the scenes. Once embraced, now a cautionary tale. Their exit was meant to be respectful. But the aftermath, the interviews, the accusations, the spotlight, turned it into a public unraveling that still casts shadows over the monarchy. Meghan, meanwhile, stands her ground. Her image has transformed from picture-perfect duchess to unapologetic businesswoman. And despite criticism, she continues to attach Sussex to her projects, her persona, her brand. Keeps the fire burning. Her refusal to let go of the royal link has only made William more resolved. A recent warning came quietly, buried in a news article, an unnamed senior aide saying the Sussexes should tread lightly. William, they said, won't hold back if pushed. It wasn't an empty threat. It was a message, firm and final. The monarchy is heading into a chapter where boundaries are absolute. You're either part of the institution or you're not. No blurred lines, no in between. When William wears the crown, there'll be no more whispers or planning sessions. The move will happen, the legislation will be ready. Titles, HRH status, every last thread tying Meghan and Harry to royalty will be cut. And just like that, the royal family will close the chapter. No more compromises, no more confusion. Meghan and Harry will live their new life, unrestricted, but also officially detached. A one-way exit. And when it happens, there won't be a royal address. No speech, no confrontation. Just a few quiet sentences on a webpage. A name gone, a title erased. And for William, it will be quiet, but it will be defining. A silent strategic victory that changes everything.